Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. I've been slacking a little bit, and I need to get caught up on my unique items. Too much work to do. I finally got a day off, so I'm gonna bust out some unique item videos today, as many as I can. And today's unique item is Radament's Sphere. So Radament's Sphere is a exceptional level item. You have your normal, you have your exceptional, and you have your elite. So elite being your highest level, normal being your lowest level, and exceptional being your mid-level items. It's particularly high level for an exceptional level item at level 50. Most exceptional level items tend to be within the 40 to 45 range. So Radament Sphere being level 50 is a little on the high end. It does have a decent defense, 282, and the block chance is 66% on the Paladin. It is 61% on Amazon Assassin and Barbarian, and it is 56% on the Druid, Necromancer, and the Sorceress. It does have a relatively high strength requirement of 110, which might be a little bit high for a level 50 character, especially if you're not a melee character. And if you upgrade this, it's going to get even higher. It does have a smite damage of 12 to 16, but that does go up when you upgrade it, so keep that in mind if you're a paladin looking at this for smiting. We have 5% chance to cast level 5 Poison Nova when struck, which is a relatively low level of Poison Nova. It can be synergized on a Necromancer, and I have actually kind of made a character around this. One of the issues with Poison Nova and poison skills in general is that the highest level poison damage, or the highest damage poison skill, is the one that will take precedent over all others. So unfortunately, level 5 Poison Nova isn't really going to do very much, especially when you consider that you are, obviously if you're a Necromancer, you're putting out much higher level poison damage at that point. It does 112 to 153 AoE poison damage, which of course is going to get knocked down by the monster's poison resistance as well as their poison length reduction. And in the end, around level 50, when you actually put this on, level 5 Poison Nova is not going to do very much. It also does not prevent regeneration, like a lot of people think. So because Poison Nova is only a duration of 2 seconds, and on top of that, the monster's natural resistance and poison length reduction will reduce that even further. It is important to note, and I have gone over this several times with people, even argued with them in the comments. You see me closing my eyes because it is unhappy memories. Poison damage does not prevent regeneration if the monster is not green. Okay? The monster has to turn green, and the poison is negating the regeneration only during the duration of time that the monster is green. When the monster turns back to his normal color, he is no longer poisoned to an extent that will cancel out regeneration. He can still be poisoned while not green, but he will not cancel out all of his regeneration cycles, and he will start to regenerate again. This is something that you can confirm on many different websites that will all tell you the same thing, that it is literally when the monster turns green that every single regeneration cycle is consumed, and that is the point at which the monster is no longer regenerating. And as soon as the monster is no longer green, the monster is still poisoned, but he is now regenerating while he is poisoned, which is a whole thing. With Poison Nova having only a 2-second duration, there is very little chance that it is going to prevent regeneration at a very high level, especially with only a 5% chance to cast. And quite honestly, it's just too low level. It's not enough chances to proc, and it's not going to give you enough of an effect. Maybe if it was something like 25% chance to proc, it would be a little bit more useful. And it wouldn't be overpowered, trust me, because 112 to 153 damage is not enough. And yeah, it needs to be bumped up to like at least 25% chance. This shield also has 20% faster block rate, which is very nice because, of course, a lot of characters need faster blocking rate. because if they don't have a faster blocking rate, they're going to have a pretty poor time with a shield like this. If you're curious what faster blocking rate is every single time you block an attack, your character has to complete a blocking animation, and the faster your block rate is, the faster that blocking animation occurs. If you are in a situation where you are in the middle of blocking an attack, you cannot block another attack until that animation is finished, which means that your blocking is going to do less for you than you think if you're most of the time stuck in blocking animations. Everybody's blocking animations are different, by the way. Paladin has the best, but there are other characters that have pretty good animations too. There are also penalties involved in blocking animations. So for instance, like on Amazon, if you use a non-javelin weapon with a shield, anything that is considered a swinging weapon will have huge penalties on her block rate. Very, very, very huge. Like to the point where literally it takes her almost a full second to complete a block animation. It also has 20% increased chance of blocking, which is why the shield has 66% block chance in the first place, because these shields do not have the highest block chance. We also have a 160 to 200% enhanced defense, which is not bad. It does vary by 40% there, but because it's in a exceptional level shield, it already had pretty good defense to begin with, and when you upgrade it, the defense will go up even higher. It does have poison resistance of 75% on it, which is pretty massive and goes along with the whole theme of Radament's sphere. You know, obviously, Radament was the evil unraveler who's in the basement of sewers, you know, putting together people and using poison attacks and whatnot. You know, this is his shield. It also has level 6 poison explosion charges on it, 40 of them, which level 6 poison explosion also doesn't really do that much damage. It's only 129 to 244. And the main issue with Poison Explosion is that it just doesn't go very far. If you guys have never seen Poison Explosion, let me do you a favor real quick, and I'll go kill a single monster and do a Poison Explosion for you. Now, the problem that I've always noticed with Poison Explosion is this. It's just too small. It's a very, very tiny radius. It doesn't last very long, and quite honestly, it's just not wholly useful. Maybe if you wanted to use it specifically just to get rid of corpses, could be an interesting choice just for the ability to remove corpses from the battlefield. Poison Explosion is a whole nother topic, and honestly what I think they need to do to it is they need to increase the radius of it drastically. They need to make it linger a little bit. So it needs to linger for like maybe, I don't know, closer to 5 seconds, not like what it does now, which is like 2 seconds. Maybe even bring it up to 10 seconds. So it just kind of sits there and just lingers and just poison things repeatedly. Like it doesn't stay long enough, and it doesn't really have a large enough radius to actually be something that people would want to use. Then we have the ethereal version. So the ethereal version is 423 defense, and as you can see, 10 less on the requirements, so it does go down to 100 strength. And quite honestly, not really a whole lot of reason why you would want to grab the ethereal version on this, because I do feel like it's not really like a huge thing. Like the shield doesn't have a lot of resistances on it besides the 75% poison. You're going to need that socket for something else, which I think is more important. And just in general, a lot of the times when you look at these shields, if they don't have like already the kind of stuff that you would need on them, you definitely don't want to be burning the socket for a Zod rune. So to upgrade this, you're going to need a Lem, a Co, and a Perfect Diamond. And it's going to go from 282 defense, 12 to 16 smite damage, 110 strength requirement, level 50, to the Ward Shield, which is 74% chance to block. As you can see, the block chance did go up a little bit. We also have 185 strength, so much higher than a Monarch Shield. The smite damage did go up to 11 to 35, and the level requirement went up to 70. All in all, I mean, it's a decent upgrade. I mean, if you were going to use this shield, thumbs up. But why would you use this shield? That's the question. I mean, if you're specifically picking this shield over others, there has to be an exact reason why you're picking this shield, right? I don't really see any reason to pick this shield. But, that being said, the defense did upgrade nicely. The block chance upgraded nicely. The smite damage upgraded nicely. And quite honestly, I mean, it made the shield better overall, which is what you're looking for, right? Let's upgrade the Radament's Sphere Ethereal version, and let's take a look and see how that one upgrades as well. So this one goes from 423 defense, 66% chance to block, 12 to 16 smite damage, 100 strength requirement, level 70, to 741 defense, not bad, 74% chance to block, 11 to 35 smite damage, 175 strength requirement, and level 70. Now, of course, if you did have the ethereal version, there's no way that you would be able to use it unless you put a Zod rune in it. So you would have to put a Zod rune in it to get the benefit out of it. The defense on it certainly is very nice at 741. And if I threw my Holy Shield on, it would multiply that quite nicely, I'm sure, to, what, 18,000? I mean, quite a big gap in defense between the 15,000 with this shield and the 18,272 with this one. And that's literally just the difference of the defense of the shield. There's really nothing changing there more than the defense of the shield. All in all, speaking of Radament's Sphere, it's not a good shield. Yes, it does have faster block rate. Yes, it does have increased chance of blocking. Those two things are probably the best things on this shield. Like, literally. The 5% chance to cast level 5 Poison Nova when struck is not high enough level. It is not high enough percentage to get any real benefit toward endgame. The level 6 Poison Explosion charges, again, not high enough level, and they don't do enough damage to have any real effect on anything. 75% Poison Resistance is a lot of Poison Resistance, don't get me wrong, but when you can have a shield that has 80% to all resistances, or something like a Sanctuary, Coco Mal, or, you know, hundreds of other shields, even just unique shields, not even rune words. There are so many shields that are better than this shield that a lot of the times you just have absolutely no reason to put this on. The only reason that I ever thought that this shield could be useful was on literally a melee necromancer who utilized like Poison Nova, Poison Dagger, and things like that. You would have Poison Nova going off on a regular basis. But that was quickly shut down by the mechanics of poison itself that basically state that only the highest level poison actually has any effect, which means that if you have a higher level Poison Nova going off, the lower level Poison Novas do basically nothing. And it's really quite sad. I actually do have a video up of my necromancer. His name was the Spreading Plague, where basically I built him revolving around like constant, never-ending Poison Nova procs, and I had the Poison Novas like procking like machine guns. I kid you not. And quite honestly, it was very pretty, and it was really cool to see, but unfortunately, the Poison Novas just really didn't do very much damage because of the way that poison damage applies to a target, which I do feel like needs to be revamped. Really not much more to go over with this particular item. I think that's just about it. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when it's about Radament's Sphere. And as always, keep watching.